This is Face the Nation, broadcasting live from the CNN IBN headquarters in New Delhi with Sagarika Ghose.
Yes, it's 10 p.m. And if you've been very angry at the manner in which the television media has covered the terrorist attack in Mumbai, here's some comfort. The NBA Redressal Authority today released a set of guidelines that television news channels should follow in emergency situations. There has been a storm of criticism over the way TV covered 26/11. Some believe the media played a destructive role, but others said that the media was able to create awareness about the terrible inadequacies in our security systems. That brings us to our question of the day tonight. It's a question on which I'm sure you're ready to vote and express an opinion. Is it fair to target the media for its coverage of 26/11? Type QOTD, space Y for yes, QOTD, space N for no, SMS to 52622. And as you know, you can also express an opinion as well as vote online, so why not do that on ibnlive.com. And joining us tonight to tell us about the ills and the good things about the media, Dipankar Gupta. He's a member of the NBA Redressal Authority, is joining us, and he's also a sociologist from JNU. We have Meenakshi Madhavani. She is Managing Partner, Spatial Access Media Audits, joining us from Mumbai. Right here in our Noida studio, PN Vasanthi, Director of the Center for Media Studies, and our very own Ashutosh, Managing Editor of IBN 7. Time now for the top story on Face the Nation. Media coverage of the Mumbai terror attacks has led to a furious debate. Did live telecasts hamper security operations, or did they help in disseminating information? The News Broadcasting Standards Dispute Redressal Authority has now come up with guidelines on how the media should report an emergency situation. Manshi Sharma has the story.
Security forces grappling with the most unprecedented terror attack on the nation, a crisis which quickly became the first of its kind for the media as well. Weeks after the crisis ended, the News Broadcasters Association and Independent Association of News Television Networks have brought out guidelines for telecast of news during such sensitive situations.
Self-regulation, I believe, is far more effective, and that is the requirement which everyone who has considerable power must exercise.
These broad guidelines will not just serve as a blueprint for future television reportage, but broadcasters hope it will help streamline content, especially during crisis situations like the Mumbai terror attacks. The guidelines restrict live reporting that facilitate publicity of a terror outfit or its ideology. No details of identity, number and status of hostages will be telecast. Technical details of rescue operations or number of security personnel will also be withheld. Media will also avoid live contact with victims, security personnel or perpetrators during the incident. TV channels have also been advised to take special care while broadcasting visuals of victims and relatives, which could cause distress to children and families.
I think there'll be more and more meetings of this sort, and we'll have more discussions. We have to further, fine-tune some of the things we said. There'll be greater elaboration of some of the points.
Having guidelines of this kind, you also ensure that the broadcasters follow it. And I think, yes, I'm sure all of them will follow it. There's no question about it.
The authority has also decided to issue more emergency advisories as and when the need arises. In New Delhi, Mansi Sharma.
So that's our SMS poll tonight. We're looking in the mirror tonight and looking at our faults as well as the good things about us. Is it fair to target the media for coverage of 26/11? What are you telling us at the start of the show? 66% are saying yes, 34 no. 66 are saying target media. Let's get into Crossfire. PN Vasanthi, we're not that bad. We're a work in progress. We're learning from our mistakes. But do these guidelines satisfy you? No information on identity of the status and number of hostages, no information on the operations, don't give sympathy to terrorists, no live contact with security and victims or technical personnel, and show visuals with care. These are the broad guidelines. Do they satisfy you in your campaign?
Well, it's a good start, I must say. Compliments to NBA. It's a very good start, but it doesn't satisfy me. I think I want to take it little back for one little step backwards and see, though I'm a media researcher, I would like to look at it larger perspective. We are in our country today doing a rethink on the whole issue of how secure are we. And I think media played a very critical role in a whole security system and how we magnify. We've seen the terrorists have misused the media, and media has played both in trying to help us in voicing an opinion, avoiding the riots. I must compliment the media on that, but it has also been misused by the terrorists who knew that there were loops in the system, that there was no protocol, there was no guidelines. So how is that we can rectify ourselves? And this is the NBA's today's decision is a good step towards that direction.
Okay, Ashutosh, no live interviews, no live coverage. Is this a commitment that the channels are going to respect? Or do you think that when it actually happens again, there will always be someone who breaks the rules and the rest just jump in and there go the NBA guidelines? Forget it.
Sagarika, I think this has been agreed upon by the channel itself. Right, I think before the finalizing the draft, Mr. J.S. Verma, the chairman, had a meeting with all the editors, and we all agreed and agreed about the content of it. And then also we are committed to adhere to this, not to adhere to this.
But they're not mandatory. NBA is something that it's a self-regulation. And how many people are members of NBA? There always are people who like to break the rule. We've seen the Lakshman Rekha, which the media has been broken purposively and unconsciously sometimes. So where do we draw a line? Is there always a gap between intent and implementation?
Absolutely.
We want to do the right thing.
People like Basanti will always have a problem, will always be very, very skeptical. Absolutely. I think it is also good that there is somebody who is skeptical about us and keep questioning us. But the point is that media has come up, for the two simple reasons. First simple reason is this is an unprecedented situation, which Indian television had never seen. 60 hours live coverage without commercial breaks. It's mind-boggling. Secondly, there has been criticism, and TV channels should not be seen to be not sensitive to these criticisms. Whether fair or unfair, that's a different debate.
Let's put that to Dipankar Gupta, in fact. Dipankar Gupta, you are a member of the NBA Redressal Committee. Has the criticism of the media been fair, or has it been a little bit over the top?